And we're back here, Uncle Josh at his house.
At my house.
At the penthouse mansion. Alright, so what's been going on with you, man? I know like, now he's rich, life after college. You got an engineering degree.
Yeah.
You got the Gucci shirt.
I don't know. It's pretty.
Everything's nice now.
True religion shirt, by the way. But it's
same thing.
It's alright. It's been different. It's been real relaxed, real chill. A lot of time to do other things. It's not really.
Do you miss school? Like, do you miss college?
I miss being in a college atmosphere, but I don't miss college necessarily. I mean, college was fun, but being there, I don't really like to have that, I guess, restrictive or constructive type of living. I don't really like it. I mean, I think some people need it, but I don't really like it, so.
There was, yeah, like, I can tell you what I miss the most from that was, like, living 5 minutes from everyone.
Yeah.
That was something like I would never undervalue, because I know Garrick was something about that in the last semester. He was like, when I leave, I'm not gonna miss like one person the most or one thing. It's gonna be like within 5 minutes of walking or driving, you can be at anyone's house.
And that's the thing, like that's what I miss most about college. It's the whole atmosphere, whether it's the food, locations, the people, the resources, whether you need,
it's a mini city.
Yeah, pretty much, and everything's there.
I mean, I think the one that we went to Michigan State. So I mean, that really is like, you can walk to like the gym, the library, the freaking hospital, like Owen Health Center.
Right
like,
down the street.
You can walk to everything. That was the most incredible part.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of like, you didn't really have to go really looking or planning for fun. You can kind of just be like, Thursday night, let me go out and have some fun. Here you gotta be like, all right, so we're gonna go out next Wednesday at 6
Now you have to plan fun.
Right, you gotta.
Isn't that weird? Like, I mean, it's still fun, but it's not the same kind.
Nah, it takes some dedication. You gotta worry about being tired the next day.
Yeah, no one cared all about being tired.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't care. Wednesday, we turn up, make it to class Thursday.
Oh gosh, yeah, like Wednesday night would end at like 4 a.m. Class would begin at like 8.
Yeah.
And you would get there and it's like, homework's due. What homework? And you open your journal. Oh, it's done.
It's done.
Here it is.
I'm here. I made it. So.
Yeah, but you can't do that anymore.
Nah.
I don't know.
I tried it once last year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was that. Being hungover and not able to function at work is not fun.
Not good at all.
I had to sit in the bathroom last year for like 30 minutes, just in the stall,
really?
with my head in my lap like that.
What did you do for 30 minutes?
I went to the bathroom. I just sat there.
You just sat there?
I just sat there in
30
the bathroom.
minutes?
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sit on my desk anymore. I felt like I had to throw up. So I was like, all right, well, here we go.
Oh, gosh.
Everybody's looking for me. I'm taking a, you know what? But I was really just sleeping. I couldn't function.
You know my favorite? Okay, this is my favorite thing to do, which is like the most douchey thing you could say to somebody, like in an email. Please advise.
Please advise.
Because that means I don't know what to do, but I know you don't either. Like, you're gonna figure it out.
You're gonna figure it out. Let me know.
Like there was nothing like that in like university like life or college in general, because everyone was at the same level.
Yeah.
Right? Like everyone that like we hung out with or that we went to class with, we were all like, yeah, plus or minus one semester, all in the same place.
Yeah, we was all peers.
Literally all the same classes, same teachers, same everything. We had the same goal, graduate. We all had the same goal.
Yeah.
And now it's completely different, because now we're working with people who, some of them don't even have goals.
Yeah.
Some of them don't know what they're doing. They just been here for so long, they're just on autopilot.
And they have priorities that we just don't even understand.
No, I was like, I have to be at like my daughter's like recital. I'm like, you do that, sir.
I'm waiting on you to respond to my email.
Exactly.
I can't move further. It's like, yeah, but I'll be gone the rest of the weekend and I'll be there next Tuesday. Like, all right, I'll be waiting on you then.
It's so different. Like maybe.
Just communicate. That's one thing college does. I teach you how to communicate with like higher ups, but like not the different forms of communicating with higher ups. Like, it's more of just a face to face. You never really had to like email a professor. Like you might email them and just
But it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like when we email professors, it was never like
I need this from you, or can we work together?
It wasn't that. It was more just like, bro. So number 4 on the homework. What did you do?
Yeah. Like, how'd you do that? Can you give me some tips?
Yeah. It was like what.
Or can I get an extension on my homework?
Yeah. Or it's like, hey man, so I know that I didn't get this budget done on time, but can't the world wait?
Yeah.
Like, do you really need that from me? It's very different. But I had to say, like, day-to-day lifestyle. What is the biggest difference you've seen?
It's just you have more dictatorship over what you want to do. It's kind of like in college, you got a schedule. I got these amount of classes to take this amount of time, and in between there, kind of can fill in the gaps, and I might have to do a little studying after homework. Where now it's like, all right, I have 8 hours of my day full of this one thing. And then from there, I can pretty much spend the next, I don't know, 8-ish hours doing whatever in the world you want. It's pretty much just what you want to do and what you want to spend your time on. But like, that's the biggest thing. Is like, I was kind of a guy, you know, used to going to class. Like I just mentioned, like I didn't like this, but I've kind of been used to it. And I've kind of adapted to it and thrived in it. Just having a schedule where it's like, okay, I have these amount of classes. I know I need to do two homeworks in this class and one homework in that class by this date. All right, so I'm gonna master that. And now, since I only have, you know, 5 hours of my day free, I'm gonna go play basketball, go chill with my friends for a minute, then I'm gonna go chill. Or now it's like, all right, I went to work, but now I need to make my schedule for the rest of my day. And it's
it's
for every day of the following weeks. Like
the tough part is definitely like now no one is telling you what to do.
Yeah,
you owe nothing to anyone.
And it's so many things you can do. That's the thing. It's like,
isn't that weird? When it's like when you have more variety, you have less element of choice.
Yeah.
Because okay, so the equivalent of that is like if you're a girl and you want to go out one day, it's like, what shoes do I wear? You have like 20 pairs of shoes, but you're like, I don't know what to do. Or if it's like, I want to watch a movie, you have like 100 options. I don't know what to watch. But if you only had like 5 options, you would know exactly what to watch.
Yeah. It's a narrow.
That's
selection.
weird to me. I don't like when you have more like availability to do things. There's less things that you feel like you can do. Because I don't know if that's because you feel like you need to do a little bit of everything, or if that's just because you genuinely like you've never had this much availability of time.
Yeah, it's just and it's you're not used to that freedom. Like I mean, life has always kind of been, all right, well, red light means do this, green light means do this, yellow light you can kind of go your speed. Whereas like you don't really have that much, I don't know, ability to make a decision. Whereas now it's like, only thing we have is this third of your day filled up, and besides that, I mean, you have the rest of the entire week to do whatever you want, and it could just be, I mean, it don't necessarily.
It could be anything.
It could be sleep. It's whatever you prioritize, and finding kind of what that priority is.
When you come home from work for like the first, like I want to say month or even 2, you are exhausted.
It's just crazy.
It's so tiring. Like
mentally thinking that long for, I mean, was it 8 hours? And at school, you never thought that long consecutively.
No, because when you're in class, you're not thinking. And I know this sounds weird, but you're not. What you're doing is you're just either taking notes about what someone else is thinking about. Exactly, you're just following. You're not thinking. When you get to your actual job, it's like, we need you to do this. And now you're like, now I have to do this. Like, it's no longer like, you know, text someone's like, man, have you done this before? Have you done this before? It's like, you can do that, right? Like, I'm not saying that no one's gonna help you. I'm just saying, like, you have to learn how to do it now.
I mean, it's just expanding. Like, even meetings are similar to class. Like, meetings is a time where everybody gets together. Kind of has a agenda, and kind of somebody kind of just monitors or kind of leads what the agenda is supposed to be. But it's like, you can't really not think during a meeting if it's pertaining to you. Like, if you're reporting in that meeting, you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna just, you know, take these notes but not care. It's like, nope, you better be thinking when you're taking these notes. You better be giving input and following along what's going on. So it's like, I don't know, expanding from college, but overall, outside of college, I mean, that's pretty, I like it. I mean, it's just, you know, like I said, we only been out of school for what, 5 months?
Yeah, not very long. We have not graduated. I mean, we graduated like not very long ago. I'll tell you what was like weird for me, because like my sister actually asked me like after summer, it's like, do you feel like the urge to go back? Like, I really don't.
I thought I was, but it kind of just like, I really find myself missing over everything because you look forward to check. Like, looking forward to your checks. So like, our pay period is 15th and 31st.
Yeah, so is ours.
So depending on what you have planned with those checks, like, time goes by so fast to get to that check. Like, say if you want to, I don't know, invest in something for your house, or go on a trip, or work on comedy. Like, if you waiting on that, you know, that money that you've been working for, like, that's gonna be here in no time. August flew by. I'm like, okay, September is usually when we go around school. Into August, Halloween was here in no time, and it's just like, oh, I'm glad Halloween's here because that's the 31st and I got paid. Like, there we go. But it's like,
it's because what it used to be was Halloween was here. It's time to get messed up. Yeah. Like, this is gonna be like the weekend, or even if Halloween's on a Tuesday, no one is going to class Wednesday.
Last year.
Yeah. Oh boy, that was a Halloween.
Yeah.
But that's some stuff we just can't mention on this one, but we'll talk about it later once we have like secure manager jobs and they can't kick us out at that point.
Yeah, we're too fresh right now, too fresh.
Dude, I completely agree. It's just like, but I don't feel like I need to go back.
No.
Like, I never had this urge that, like, cause like for the past 4 years or 3 years, after each summer, you would go back to state, you would unpack your stuff, and you would go back to your apartment. It wasn't that I was missing that.
I think the only reason, I mean, you missed it. Well, I missed it. So what was that, 4 summers that I did that? But I missed it not for school. It was for that environment. It was for that environment that surrounded school. Like, it was like, all right, I got these group of friends now that I'm real cool with, and we have these many resources that are so close. Yeah. And I could just do anything, everything for cheap or whatnot, bar nights or, you know, events at the Union, or, you know, bowling for free on Wednesdays. Like, it's just so many things where it's like, all right, I do miss that. But besides that, we just went back. I think my first time I went back to school was October.
Yeah, that was mine too. We went, and it was, I mean, we went back for like a football game. Yeah. It was like, I'm not a huge
Michigan State football game.
I'm not a huge football fan as it is, but I went back to like hang out with my friends, like hang out with him, right? I'm like, I see you all the time anyway, but like, just it's a different seeing you over there and over here.
Different scenery and whatnot.
But back there, like, I just felt weird.
Too old.
I don't know. You think so? I'm like,
we just like, I mean, cause I kind of felt like that. So I was there for 5 years. How long did it take you to graduate?
Like 4.5 years.
So 4.5. I was there for 5 years. My last year at school, especially my last semester, I was pretty much feeling old anyway.
Yeah, bless you.
But I was pretty much feeling old anyway. So like, I kind of was ready to just, you know, like, it was only certain events and certain parties and things I went to my last semester anyway, just because I was there for so long. I've been there and going out for 4.5 years.
Yeah, the transition of parties will go like this. When you first get there to college or any university, right, you'll start off going to like house parties and like apartment parties, and after that, once you get old enough, you can go to the bar. Exactly, then you go to the bars.
Yep.
And after that, you go back to house parties because that's like,
that's kind of, then you mix and mingle, and then from there,
that's
like,
how you do it. Like you don't really go to, like, we went to bars, but when we just turned 21, that's when you go out a lot. But like after that, it's like, you know what to expect. You know what's gonna happen. It's not like that we were never allowed here. Now we are. Like it wasn't that anymore.
I mean, I guess I'm excited for a post college life. Just to, you know, just to have the ability to make those decisions. Like, for example, like having a girlfriend or having somebody to kind of, you know, at this point you're no longer in school. So you can kind of focus on that and have that fun and go down that road to see what that consists of, and really focusing with somebody. I don't have a girlfriend, but that's a road you could take. Or you can, you know.
And the reason he doesn't have one is because what we said earlier, there's too many variety, there's too many options, so you can't pick one. That's what it is.
But I mean, even entrepreneurs, like you can focus on, you know, your hair business, or you want to get into real estate and invest in, or there's just so much. I mean, it's freedom's yours, so that's what I'm looking forward to it, because in 5 months, I've thought about things I'm ready to start doing. I haven't necessarily done all of them, but in 5 months, I have a list of, you know, 10 things, and I'm ready to just be like, all right, well, let me put my hands in this, let me put my hand in that pot, this pot, that pot. Whereas at school, you're like, the only thing you really can, your only end goal, or the only thing you're mainly thinking about is graduation.
Yeah. Dude, like, I gave this speech to like some like middle school and high school kids, and it was like, why are some of the kids so complacent? Like, well, why do they just not care about school? I was like, well, to be perfectly honest, the reason you don't care is because you don't have to. Yeah. Everyone has the same goal. And what'll happen is when you get to a point where it's like, I know I'll make it. Because like when you're in high school, some high schools are harder than others, right? Let's
prepare you more too.
Exactly, but like the thing is, you don't know that. Yeah. Like you know, this is what I mean. It's like if you went to like a really high level preparatory school, you don't know what it's like to be in a high school that's not like yours. True. You don't know that
until you get around others.
Exactly right. Until you get around them,
you still don't know. It's just like, wow, we're on the same level, we're in the same class. How do you know about this? Oh, I learned it in my high school. Wow, really?
It's like how and where and what the what?
And what were they teach you? How did that even go about? I don't know. I'm really excited for post college life, especially encountering people that are maybe I guess how the phrase would be, more mature in their adult life right now. Like, it's some people that I met at work, or just some of my friends that just graduated but are married now, or graduated a semester before me.
That is crazy to me, by the way. I don't know how people do that. Like, how do you get married at 21?
Or not even married. A house. Like, with a Cadillac and a shooter car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just a house and getting their stuff together. So that just or traveling. There's other people like Val, for example, is I know people that are traveling. Like, Val travels all the time. Or my friend Jeremy at work, he just got 2 new cars, and now he's getting his man cave ready in his basement. So it's like,
really?
Yeah. And
holy crap.
He just graduated.
What's he doing?
Working in a gym. So, you know, 25, 26, 24-year-olds.
These engineers.
So it's just like, even getting the masters, it's just like, it's so much more to do out there that you can't really see while you're in college.
Maybe, okay, so I think that the point, like to summarize all that, don't treat school as if you're done.
Yeah.
Like when you graduate, you're not
It's just
done.
a new beginning.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you'll realize you're not done because it's like, because when you're a senior like engineer or senior like whatever like major you're doing it in, you're at the top level of what everyone else is doing. Like right now you can only see below you because you're not surrounding yourself with people who have like already achieved what you have and are doing more.
Right.
You are only around people who are either equal or below you.
Yep.
When you get to like your real job, what you're gonna find is people are way above you,
Way.
so far ahead of you. It's like, whoa.
Man.
So I think this is where the distinction happens. It was either one, do I get more education? Do I get a master's? Do I get in business or in engineering or in physics? Whatever you choose to get. The reason like I'm saying engineering and business is because, let's just be honest here. For one thing, if you really want to get super far ahead, you're gonna need to go engineering, business,
or both.
Or both. Yeah, like we're planning to do both. Like if I go back to school, I'm not getting an engineering degree. I already have one. I'm trying to get a master's in in business.
Business administration.
But like what I was trying to, there's no, when you graduate and get your bachelor's, that's not the end. And it's difficult to see that when you're in college because all you care about is leaving. All you care about is graduating with that degree.
My end.
And then once you get there, you're like, okay, so what's this guy doing? It's like, I got two businesses, I got a car, I got this, I got that. I'm like, how?
That
How?
has me thinking. The one thing I would suggest doing is, depending on how your funds are, depending on how your college financial life went, if you do have time after graduation to take off, do that. So like,
Think so?
Yeah, just because, number one, I mean, no point in rushing to work. You're gonna work for 30 years ideally anyway. I mean, well, normally, and usually a normal citizen works.
We talked about that like in our senior year actually, because we worked throughout college.
Yeah.
Like I know like you had, how many jobs did you have?
I had 1, 2, 3 in total.
Oh jeez. Like I had, like I just worked the same job, but like I shifted like positions, like in the, I worked in maintenance, but
so
like
I worked custodian then.
Okay, exactly. Like I worked maintenance. He was a custodian, and then we ended up like in our senior year, we took a lot of classes because at that point we were like, no, we can't. Like we gotta finish
We can't work. We gotta finish.
So like after that, like I chose not to work. I think you chose the same decision.
Yeah.
And it was for that same reason. Was like we're gonna work the rest of our life.
And there's no point in tiring yourself out. And also, taking that gap in between school and work, it gives you time to kind of lay out a plan. Like I started a month after, and that was enough time. So I'm just saying, take some time. Like some people might need a month.
But yeah, there's no set limit.
No set limit.
No.
I wouldn't be like, oh, okay, well, it's just like my internship, so I'm gonna start the following week. Like no. Just think about it. This is the rest of your life. You're gonna be working here. You should probably take your time to at least plan out what you kind of want to do while you're working. Some goals, some kind of steps. Unless you already have it planned, which, like I said, I didn't have it planned.
I did not have it planned.
Because I was trying to graduate. I was trying to graduate with this GPA, with this and this and this, and my friends do this. You know, we had our goals in college, but that usually doesn't incorporate post-college goals, you know what I mean? So.
Well, once you, for anyone who's worried about their GPA, once you get your first job, no one cares about your GPA anymore.
It doesn't do anything.
It matters not at all. Like,
it does to get in graduate school. So MBA is like, you get the wave.
I apologize. I'm not saying just fail your senior year.
Yeah, don't.
But what I'm saying, don't stress. Don't stress. Yeah, like no, I don't want to be that guy. It's like, man, you did well. You're good. Forget it. No. Wait, I'm saying it's not as important as what you actually do on your job. Like if you can write on your resume, like I went to college for 10 years. It's like, good for you, but this guy went to college for 4 years and he's been working for 6. We want him. We don't want the guy who's in school for 10 years because you have no experience. You haven't done anything.
And it'd be hard for you to get, actually make you overqualified. Well, not overqualified, but under/overqualified, depending on how far you go with your education.
Isn't that a weird problem?
Yeah.
Because like because when we applied, I don't know like what it was for you, because like I didn't apply to GM as much. I just applied to like other like small suppliers. When we applied, it actually says if you have a master's or above, do not apply for this position. You are overqualified.
Wow. I know for a fact some spots in gym you can't. Like if it says you need a bachelor's and you have your master's, some of them they won't, like they just won't allow you. They literally say you just overqualified.
Now,
which is,
I want to preface this by saying I do not. It's okay because I don't want to discourage anyone from getting like a master's. What I will say is like, despite what people tell you, there is such thing as too much education. If you're in school for 20 years, and you have done nothing. What are you doing?
Yeah, school's not that fun.
Like, no.
It's not that important either. It's important. For 20 years? No. Just master's, maybe PhD if you really want to, master and be a doctor at the craft.
Okay, yeah, like obviously it depends on where. Like we went to college for like what 4 to 5 years, but like we did engineering, so it's like we don't really have to go back.
I mean, I just a master's would just kind of solidify, my concentration. Whatever I want to focus on, it just make me kind of a master or give me that expertise in that. But other than that, like MBA is just okay. Well, I don't want to be an engineer, solely an engineer, the rest of my life. I want to be able to kind of have that ability to touch the business side of things. Okay, so I'm gonna get an MBA, and then from there, now I have these 2 paths I can go down instead of 1. But it's not like, I want to master this and just be the man at this, or I'm gonna work 40 years on this and be the greatest doctor ever. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Not that too much. You don't need it. It's not that serious. It's a lot.
Did you think about all that when you were graduating?
Nah, I didn't really know.
No, I didn't either. It's like
honestly, I still don't know. Like that's the thing. Like
there's more that I don't know than I do know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it's like after we took a lot of classes, bro.
We did.
Like if you look back at like the stuff we learned, we went to like electrical engineering. I did some biomedical stuff. Actually, so did you. You were in some biomedical classes.
Biomedical classes.
Like we did a lot. And when I got to like my real job, I realized how little it meant because I was like, I thought I knew stuff. I didn't know anything.
It literally just kind of just like prepares you for like a different aspect or a different characteristic of life.
Okay, so this is why I stress to people. What's the value of an engineering degree? It's not your ability to solve integrals or to take derivatives. What it is that you have trained your brain to have a long-term 4 to 5 year project, and it's hard. Okay, like you have now you have that problem-solving mentality that you don't get from other majors. Like it's not that because you can solve a math problem, you're smarter. That's not true. It's not true at all. It's just that when you actually have a significant problem ahead of you and you don't know how to solve it. But once you, like this, that's what every engineering thing is. The reason engineering tests are like so much ridiculously harder, and the reason like everyone fails and everyone gets curved up is because they purposefully give you a harder version of what you learn to see who can like problem solve the best. That's what
because that's really how it is.
That's what it is. Yeah, like it's not
a complex level. Depending
exactly.
I mean, if you can, pretty much get that trait down, then you can handle the less complex things or the higher complex things.
Yeah.
Just because of that, those practices and those traits.
Exactly. It's like if you can do this, I guarantee you can do this.
You can do this, or maybe you can even expand that a little bit and go higher up. Just depends.
But now you have the option.
Now you have the option because of college and engineering. Like that's all I learned. It was just like 3 to 4 year problems. Like you're able to solve them because you go through.
You can stick with them.
You can stick with them. Not even that though. On the fly adjustments. It's like yada yada yada. Okay, now you have 2 homework assignments due in. Okay, it's like whoa. Okay, let me redirect my focus on this and get this out the way, and then go back to this. So like you get multitasking. I mean, you just get so many different forms of improving. Like what is it? Traits or characteristics to have. Yeah. It's almost like all right. Well, engineering was a good decision. It didn't help us with our writing or anything, like our English or nothing like that.
No,
not
like
even a little bit.
Emails are still like weird.
Yeah, I don't like. I pretty much end my emails the same way every time with best. And my signature, and then I could be anything. It could be like have a good day, and then it says best with a signature at the end.
Exactly. So like the point of this video wasn't to tell you what to major in, but it was to tell you that like when you actually graduate, this is what actually matters from what you learn.
Yep.
Like I don't, because I don't want to like bad talk people who have like English majors, because some of my friends do.
True. No offense to the English majors.
It's not. I'm gonna say this though. Your ability to write an essay doesn't mean anything in the real world. I know it sounds bad. I realize that. Like it's my fault. He's not saying that I am, right? But people are valuing your ability to like problem solve and get through a crap ton of stuff in a short amount of time way more than your ability to read a book and write an essay.
I mean, and those can be used. It's just how to
I'm not saying it's useless. Right. I'm not saying it's useless. But what I'm telling you is that more people find the engineering aspect more useful.
Oh yeah.
Like if you want to find a use for that, you'll find a use for that. People will pay you for it.
It's a use for writing and reading too. It's just it's harder to find. Number one, like you just said, so to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
But number two, you gotta really be really good at your craft. And it's not okay, I'm good at identifying something has a problem. Now I'm gonna try these different processes to figure out what that problem is. It's okay, I'm really good at writing, and now through these words,
How do I use it?
Send this message to whatever, whether it's on the news, newspaper, articles, books. I mean, you just really got to be good at it, and that's why like.
This is the age of journalism.
Yeah.
Like with all the stuff in politics, this is the time. If you want to be a journalist, you have so much material. You have so many ways of getting your information out. So it's not that your major defines anything, right? It's just that like, how do you use it?
Right. And that's, but see, post college, you still have the ability to do that. Like, even after you graduate.
I like smart.
I like smart
people. I like
too.
smart people.
Yeah, 100% agree. I'm gonna end it with that. I like smart people, so thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
All right,
thanks for having me on here.
No problem.
Good time.